Oh yeah, still down the rabbit hole. Exploring the digitalization of data here in Denmark, in the world's most digital nation. Now, it is not just digital services and apps. It is also the digitalization of so many historical documents. This also applies to urbanism and architecture. And this website that we have here in Denmark is a gold mine, a historical record filled with amazing stories. Check it out. You type in an address, I'm using mine again, and you have to use your national Danish digital login here. So this is something that only people can do in Denmark. It gives you a list of every single document related to that building or that home throughout history. So my building from 1893, there are 36 different documents. I can scroll down to the very end here, back to the origins of this building. I know it's from 1893, so there are some documents related to this plot of land. So I'm gonna go to 1892 and check out these documents here. Look at that beautiful handwriting, crazy, crazy signatures. These are letters back and forth from the man who wanted to build the building and the city of Frederiksberg, in which I live. Applying for permits to build the building, everything that was written to and from has all been digitalized. Oh, and then you get to the layout of the building. I thought my building was a standalone building, but it's actually connected with the ones around the corner. And then you just explore the history of this building and all of the urban stories. Correspondence back and forth with a man who wanted to start a tobacco business in one of the shops at street level back in 1962. What kind of signage and the rules applying to that? A lot of detailed correspondence about another man in 1977 who wanted to start a chocolate shop in one of the shops at street level. And here's an application to open a Danish-Norwegian alcohol-free restaurant on the property where the city of Frederiksberg actually says, no thanks. We're going to be redesigning the intersection and we're going to put in some greenery and some playground facilities as well. So they didn't get permission to open up their alcohol-free restaurant. Lucky for us. And there's a whole bunch of correspondence from a man who wanted to open up a sausage kiosk. And this letter says, thank you for a wonderful meeting with the mayor regarding this issue of mine. I was looking through all this. At the end of the day, just months after he opened it, they ended up removing it because it wasn't being used and it was unsightly. So they removed the sausage kiosk. And I don't know what happened to this guy and his sausage kiosk, but it's so fascinating, this urban history. There's a little square right next to my apartment and it won an award for being a nice square back in 1994. And then I typed in another address where I used to live, and it is a beautiful building, but it was really a fancy building. I've discovered it won a lot of architectural awards, and some of the drawings are just so beautifully detailed. And then I'm surprised to see that out in the front yard, which is kind of a rare feature in this neighborhood, there were plans for a beautiful pavilion like this. Not there anymore, I can tell you that. I never get tired of this website, man. I can explore it forever, looking at every building I've ever lived in Copenhagen. Ooh, what's the story behind that? That gives you an insight into what it's like to live in the world's most digital nation, all the different things regarding urbanism and architecture that we have at hand that regular citizens have access to.